All right, guys, I'm going to get this party started up. Welcome to the Power Up and Market Update. Thank you all for being here once again. I just had an amazing weekend. I had the opportunity to get some work done and also get some rest. So I hope that you guys had a refreshing weekend, that it was also productive. There's a lot of exciting things happening out there. So I'm very grateful for your time, for your attention, and wherever you are, however your weekend was, whatever happened last week. Let's go ahead and spend this time today to power up and reset and really set clear intentions for the week. And I'm pretty sure many of you did, right? Because one of the things that I do on Sunday is that I set my intentions for the week. You know, what kind of results I want to create? What is it that I want to experience? Who are the people that I need to talk to? What are the transactions that I'm going to have, right? All of those things are all created before I get here. But if you haven't done that, this is going to be another opportunity for you to do so. So just to give you guys a little perspective briefly here, we started Let's Grow Movement over 4 years ago with these three gals, Limaidi, Brianna, and Limaidi. We're 2,200 strong now in 28 states, 8 countries. So extremely grateful for each and every single one of you that have came to our family, wherever you're joining us. So thank you so much for being part of it. So our vision is to become a global leader in the real estate industry by partnering with the most productive, innovative, purpose-driven leaders. We're dedicated to driving growth and success for our agents and teams and providing exceptional service to our clients. So what are our goals, right? We got to have goals, and we have to have them in front of us at all times to serve 21,000 families this year as an organization, 10 billion in volume, and to grow to over 10,000 agents. So it is a team effort, right? So this is what we're going to be doing as a collective. And I really encourage you guys to have your goals clearly defined, and you got to read those at least twice a day. That's what I do. I read my goals twice a day. I got them on my phone. I got them on my vision board. I got them everywhere. But the more that you see your goals, the more probabilities that you're going to have to actually create those goals into reality. So this week, we have 11 powerful trainings lined up for you guys. So Terry is going to be dropping the trainings onto the chat. I think she already did that, but this was also emailed to you guys via email already, right? You guys should have our, our newsletter being sent out to you with the trainings and all that good stuff. If you're not part of the newsletter for any reason, please let Terry know, and she'll add you to the newsletter just so you can make sure you're included in this, and make sure you bookmark in your calendar, because, our intention as an organization is to really bring trainings that are going to be valuable around productivity, lead generation, skill building, content creation. And I do see that many of the individuals that are plugging in are doing better, right? And there's a direct correlation to participation. So thank you guys for participating, and make sure that you guys put it on your calendar here for the rest of the week. Also, last week, I started off a 6-figure blueprint. That's a 12-week program. We had almost 100 people at this training. We already did week 1. So if you missed week 1 if you missed it, you missed a lot, but I did record it, right? And you guys can find it on the Think Bigger Mastermind. Terry's also going to be dropping that into the chat. Go ahead and go through week 1, because this week we're going to go through week 2 with Francisco Jara, and he's going to be going over, the inner journey and how to integrate that into your business. Right? Because would you guys agree that, obviously this is, we're going to be dealing with buyers and sellers, but this is an inner game, right? Every single day, what we're doing, it's an inner game. So Francisco is one of the most amazing human beings at teaching those modalities. And we're going to have them this Wednesday at noon. So make sure you guys put that on your calendar. Make sure you go through week 1, because there were specific things that we shared on week 1 that are going to be, used here for week 2. One of the things that we did create was a vision statement, because I really started to get everybody clear and present to the fact that, like, wait a minute, what if in 12 weeks you could become somebody completely brand new? Like, I'm talking about not brand new in experience, right? Not brand new experience, because I want you guys to have a lot of experience. But what about, what if you said, what, I'm going to 10x my production. I'm going to 10x my life, right? What would that look like in 12 weeks? So that's the intention of the course. We've already gone through week 1. Make sure you go to week 2 this Wednesday with Francisco Jara. And then we have amazing speakers that are coming up. 12 individual speakers that are going to be going through masterclasses for an hour every single week. Also, this week, if you guys are near Bakersfield, or you guys can get out there, we're going to be doing an amazing event with my good friends and business partners, Maria and Moises. They're going to be leading an event with that I'm going to be also, I got invited to speak at, where we're going to be talking about the future of luxury. We're going to talk about the business and the financing that is also coming alongside, that is available for that type of business, and also diving deep into AI, artificial intelligence. So this training is going to be live in Bakersfield. This training, also make sure you get registered for the event as well. The link will be dropped into the chat. Make sure you guys, or maybe if you know somebody that wants to participate in this thing, it's going to happen this Wednesday at 9 a.m. So make sure you guys get out there. It's going to be awesome. I'm super excited about this event. And also, we have our very own Segun. This gentleman is actually newer in the business, and I'm going to be interviewing him for the Content Creator Mastermind because he's absolutely on fire. I love his authenticity and how he's presenting himself, and especially he's blowing it up on TikTok. I see his stuff there all the time, and he's getting a ton of business, a ton of buyers and a ton of sellers. And a lot of our content creators that I've interviewed have been a little bit heavier on Instagram, and I think he's going to be giving you guys a lot of insights and strategy that you're going to be able to apply on TikTok. So make sure that you don't miss this event Wednesday at 2 o'clock. It's going to be super powerful. And now we're going to be switching gears a little bit with the market update. This is what happened in the last 7 days. Also note, right, because we got people here from everywhere. If your counties don't show here, make sure you guys use your MLS to figure out what the last 7 days of production was, as far as active, pending, closed, and average days on the market and the volume. Make sure you're doing that for your local market, and make sure you create some content around that and keep your community, in tune with what is happening. So we're looking at LA, Orange County, San Bernardino, Riverside, and San Diego. Look at the production though, 1,173 homes active in LA, 1,150 pending, 1,165 closed, and 1.3 billion in production. Orange County, we had active 354, pending 516. Look at the difference, guys. 354 active and 516 pending. What does that mean? Upward swing in the market, right? The prices are going up, right? There's more pendings than there is actives. Prices are going up. Closed 547 in the last 7 days. Also 740 million in production in the last 7 days. San Bernardino, 424 actives, 462 pending, 426 closed, and 229 million in volume. Riverside, we have $500 million in sales production closed, 656 active, 636 pending, 666 closed. Now, last but not least, San Diego, we got 513 actives, 565 pending, 530 closed, and the 764 million in production in the last 7 days, right? So I encourage you guys to look at the numbers, right? Look at the numbers, and that's going to dictate, what you're going to be able to do as a possibility. But this is almost 3 billion in production. And if you guys are with me every single week, you guys see it's almost 3 billion every single week, no matter what is happening with the interest rates, no matter what's happening with the government and the news, whatever the case is, there's still production being had. So I want to keep you guys in tune with what's happening. Make sure you keep your clients up to date, because this is going to help you guys to capture more business. I get messages all the time about this. I got a listing, I got a buyer, I got this. I got people off the fence, because knowledge is power, right? Actually, applied knowledge is power, right? Because you can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't apply it, it's not going to make a difference. So applied knowledge is power, guys. So also expired, right? If you're going after the expired market, this is also, figured just to our MLS, we had 751 homes expire off the market. Also another big opportunity, right? Go after these clients. They need your help. They need you to get back in there, restructure some of the pricing, the marketing, right? Use a guarantee offer program. That's one of the things that I tell everybody. Tell them, like, look, I can help you to sell your home in 7 days guaranteed, or I'll sell it for free, right? Make sure, obviously, your pricing is in alignment, but this is how people sell thousands of homes a year, by using a guarantee sale program. So go after this market. Also for sale by owners. Also circle prospecting, something I don't typically talk about a lot, but if you guys are farming an area, if you guys are already doing mailers, if you guys are already doing open houses, call the neighborhood and introduce yourself, right? Get them on the phone. You can use a system called Cole Realty Resource. If you guys don't have it, let me know and I can send it over to you guys. But it gives you unlimited data of any neighborhood anywhere, And that gives you the opportunity to call people and introduce yourself as a local expert. Also for EXP this week, we had a great week in the stock. We're almost at $14 a share. So we have an upward swing in our stock at our company. We're worth almost 1.9, well, almost $2 billion in the market cap. So that's in correlation, guys, to the fact that we just rolled out our numbers, right? We're profitable. We have a ton of cash, right? Our company is crushing it financially. So if you look at every other market, every other company out there, they're not really doing that well because a lot of them are connected to the financial brick and mortar and also the amount of personnel that they have. So our company is literally built for this environment. So I'm very, very excited. Obviously, you guys all should be excited as shareholders of this company. And I'm just going to share a little bit of EXP news. So this is just stuff that I saw that was something that stood out to me. Monday, we have an Ascend training, right? We have an Agent Connect 9:30, 11. Tuesday, there's also a 9 a.m. Wednesday, there's also a 9:30 contracts classes. Whatever state you're in, by the way, there should be at least 2 to 3 contracts classes going on in your state. So make sure that you guys are aware also of what are those updates. That way you can also educate your clients, right? I'm not telling you guys have to sit there and do all the paperwork, but in the beginning, you guys got to master stuff. You got to know the stuff, because if you get a question and you tell your client, you're like, I don't know what that is. That's not a good look, right? The business, your referrals are going to move at the speed of trust. So that's the easiest way for you to lose trust with people. So we're going to go with our mortgage update with Mr. Carlos Becerra. Are you ready to go, my friend? How you doing? Mr. Carlos, actually, I saw him in the Zoom room and he might not be in here. So we'll get back to him here shortly. So let me see. Boom, 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 boom. Awesome. So we're going to go ahead and move on.
He's there.
Is he here? Where's he at?
Carlos.
I saw him too, but I don't see him now.
You need to unmute yourself, Carlos.
Carlos. If you are here, Carlos, great. Or
there.
maybe
Sorry, I couldn't unmute. You guys had to let me unmute myself. It let me know.
Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you. Good morning. I hear you. I see you.
Good morning, brother. I was like, I saw you, man. What happened? I was like,
I'm here. I'm listening. I'm paying attention.
There you go. There you go. What's up, man?
Love
What do you got for us this week, bro? What do you got for us?
Keep it nice and simple. I'll touch on rates right now, but something that a lot of clients and even agents themselves were asking me over the weekend is, I'm sure you guys all heard, May 1st, these LLPAs, or that people with lower credit were going to get better rates and people with higher credit. Yes and no, guys. To be honest with you, the way that rates work, if I were to share my screen and show you how rates work and show you like a graph of like a 680 credit score to a 720 credit score, honestly, guys, it's not really the actual rate that changes. It's the cost behind the rate, right? For example, like a 720 credit score for a, let's just say a 5.5 interest rate might cost you 1 point. And if you have like a 680 credit score and a conventional, same thing, right? That same rate might cost you 2 points. So these LLPAs that you guys are seeing, or if you have clients asking you, hey, because I have a client asked me, hey, so because I have a lower credit, can I qualify for a better loan? Not necessarily, right? Everything kind of stays the same. I feel just like the news is a little behind on how rates actually work, or what you might, be seeing out there isn't up to date. These LLPAs, which is loan level pricing adjustments, determines how much you're paying for closing costs on that specific rate based off of your credit score. Is it a 3% down? Is it 5% down? Is it a single family? Is it a condo? Is it detached? Is it attached? So there are so many level price adjustments. So if you guys are hearing this or having your clients say, hey, I saw this new program rolling out, it's not a program, business as usual. The difference is going to be the slight cost behind the rate. Could be good, could be better. Speaking of rates, over the last week and a half, rates kind of have improved. I've seen them kind of go on the conventional side from mid to high sixes to high fives, lower cost. So right now, VA, FHA, they're both kind of roaming around 5.5 to 5.75 at no cost. Again, depending on that credit score. On the conventional, last week and this morning, I actually locked 3 loans, both at 5.99 at no cost. So over the last 2 weeks, I have seen a trend of rates going down. And if you guys follow, I think his name's Barry Habib, he's always posting about rates and speaking about how the economy is doing. according to him, and I've seen it just because I'm looking at rates every morning, May 10th and above expect rates to drop. How much, I don't know. But again, just 2-3 weeks ago, I was locking in the low to mid 6%. Last week and this week alone, well, this morning, I've been able to lock back down in the 5%. So you guys see it, the market is hot. Whether rates are high or low, people are buying, right? So I think it's just how you sell yourself, how you sell the product, but business as usual. But yeah, that's it for me.
Awesome, brother. Thank you so much, man. That's really good news. Interest rates are coming down, and let's stay tuned for 2 days from now. I'm very curious to see what's going to happen. So thank you so much for all your help. And if you guys
Absolutely.
have any questions for Carlos, make sure you guys reach out, send him a direct message. He's going to be dropping his business card there, or his contact information in there, so you guys can contact him. So up next, we have our escrow update with Miss Nina Alvarez. So let me go ahead and spotlight. Let me add the spotlight, and let me help you to unmute. Ms. Nina, are you ready to go? All right, so just go ahead and unmute yourself, my friend.
Hello, good morning. Hi, Leo. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, good morning.
Hi. I wanted to share a recent story that happened with one of our transactions that we had in escrow.
Nice.
And yeah, so people speak about this a lot. It happens, it almost happened to us, and it's wire fraud. So luckily we caught this before it turned into something really bad, but the hacker had actually gotten in through the seller's email. And so he had access to all the documents that we were sending to the seller, and it got to the point where he manipulated one of the wire instructions. But if you follow these 4 steps that I'm about to give you, then you should be able to avoid falling victim to wire fraud. So thank God, we caught on. We verified the information before we moved forward. So I'm just going to leave you guys with 4 tips. Yes, and it was like almost like $500,000 that was being wired.
Sheesh.
Yeah. So the first tip, make sure you choose a well-known, reputable escrow company. 2, make sure you use secure communication methods when interacting with the escrow company. 3, verify the escrow account information with the company directly before transferring any funds. And lastly, be cautious of unexpected emails or phone calls requesting funds, and you want to always make sure that you contact the escrow company directly via phone. It's much better over the phone than email. So if you follow these tips, it should help you reduce the risk of running into wire fraud. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nina. Really appreciate it. Thank you for taking really good care of our clients. And also make sure you guys reach out to Nina for any other questions regarding escrow and beyond. So thank you. Really appreciate you. So now switching gears to this is the conversation I prepared for you guys today. So I titled it as next step is and follow-up. Next step and follow-up. Write that down. Next step and follow-up. Next step and follow-up. Every single one of your prospect, guys, actually, let me go ahead and spotlight myself. Give me 1 second. So boom. There we are. You guys can see me. Okay. Every single client, buyer, seller, or, some of you may be an agent attraction, whatever the case is. If you have a prospect, the one thing that you have to do every single time is have a next step, and you have to follow up. You have to have a next step, and you have to follow up. This is where I see a lot of agents fumble the transactions or fumble the leads, right? They get a hot prospect, they get a buyer, they go show properties, they spend all this time, and they're like, all right, cool, I'll see you later, right? And then there's no next step. And the next step is either it's going to be a contract, or if you're working with the buyer, the next step is going to be a contract, or it's going to be a showing, right? You have to schedule the next showing, no matter if you have the next home or not. I will say something like, hey, Mr. Buyer, I know you saw a couple of different options. Is there any one of them that really stands out? 1 or 2 properties that you really would like to start the conversation with the seller, right? So that's going to be the next thing. You're going to want to do that. If they say no, none of those made sense for me for any reason, then the next step is going to be, well, let me go ahead and schedule the next showing because I have a couple of more hot properties for you. So you guys have to have that next step. And you ask them, hey, when are you available? Are you ready? Are you available tomorrow, Wednesday, at what time? Schedule that time block. But that's where I see the majority of people miss it big time with buyers. They don't have the next steps. So then it gets awkward and weird, and you're kind of sitting there as an agent and you're going to like, hey, well, what's going on with the client? He hasn't contacted me, or blah, blah, blah. Well, you didn't give them next steps. You guys got to remember this as real estate professionals. You are the real estate professional. You're the professional. And what does that mean? That you are the leader. You have to lead the transaction. You have to give them next steps. Your clients should not be giving you next steps. Also, how do you know if you're dropping the ball? Well, if your clients are following up with you for next steps, if they're following up with you, period, you're already dropping the ball. They should not be following up with you. You should be proactive. You should have the next steps already outlined for them. And they shouldn't be reaching out. Hey, what's up? What are we going to go see properties? Hey, are you going to send me the contract? Hey, well, what do we do next? That should never be part of the conversation for a client. The moment that the client is following up with you again, you're already losing the prospect. So you have to have the next step. Same thing with the seller. You're going to meet with the seller. You're going to sit with the seller. At the end of that conversation, you want to make sure you have a contract signed, right? Not just the contract, but you want to have it signed. How do you, and one of the ways that I used to, when I used to be in listing appointments, I really did it smoothly towards the end to sign contracts, and it worked every single time. I would get to my listing at the end of my listing presentation. I would get towards the finish line, and then I would ask my seller, Mr. and Miss Seller, have I covered all of your questions? Yes, you have. Is there any additional questions? No, I don't think so. Do you think that I can get this property sold for you at top dollar based on my marketing plan? Yes, I do. Fantastic. Next thing that I need is I just need a couple of initials and autographs, and we're ready to go, right? So we can go with that. But let me go backtrack. Before I get to that, before I even ask for that, I asked them this. I'm going to go ahead and order photography, and I want to make sure that I schedule it because I'm going to do professional photography and videography. So I'm going to ask them to do that prior even to the signature. So I'm going to backtrack a little bit. I'm going to ask them to that, right? I'm going to get picture and photography scheduled. I'm going to ask them, okay, Wednesday works at 10 o'clock. Great. Also sign, right? The for sale sign is going to be installed in the next 24 to 48 hours. Is that okay? And most of the time they're going to be like, yeah, that's cool. Next thing, I'm going to go ahead and schedule appointments. Who's going to be the best point of contact? Is it going to be yourself? Is it going to be someone else? Do you want to get a text? Do you want to get an email? Do you want to do a phone call? Right? So you're going to get those three things. You're going to get the picture, date. You're going to get the sign installation confirmation. And then you're going to get the showing request confirmations. Once you get those three things, now you can go to that question. All right, cool. I just need some autographs and initials, and we're done. So it's going to be really difficult for someone to say no to you after you schedule the pictures, the sign, and also confirm the showings. So you want to do those three things before you get to your closing of the listing, and you're going to sign the listing every single time. Whenever I would ask those three questions, I already knew I had a guarantee signed contract. Why? Because they already confirmed the most important details in the listing. But I kind of just reversed the structure of how it is. Typically, we get to the finish line like, all right, cool, here's paperwork. And then you get into the whole conversation. But if you're already setting expectations, I'm going to get the sign, I'm going to get the pictures, I'm going to get this, then that already helps you to set yourself apart as a professional. That's where I see people fumble it with listings. Also, with listings, guys, especially because we're on a shifting market, obviously contracts, everybody tells you got to do 4 to 6 months, do it 30 days. Tell them like, hey, my contract's only 30 days. If somebody else is coming in here and you're competing with other agents, if they're telling you 2 to 3, 4 to 5 months, that's way too much. We got to get it done in 30 days, right? And also, by the way, my contracts, you have an easy exit clause. You can cancel at any time. I'm going to put all this time, money, and energy into listing this house and getting it sold for you. But if at any time I drop the ball and I'm not doing what I said I was going to do, I'm not being a professional agent, I'm not helping you to deliver the results that I said, you have the ability to cancel at any time. No questions asked, right? That is risky, right? It is risky, but it's not risky if you're doing your job. So I incorporate the easy exit agreement, and we do a guaranteed sale. So those are the kind of things you guys really want to do. When I was all in production, this is exactly what I would do every single time. and I would close deals. So those are the things. And that's where I see people that they fumble the deal. The other thing, the follow-up. You guys have no idea how many people come to me and they say, hey, Leo, I have a question. Hey, Leo, I want to talk to you. Hey, Leo, I want to talk to you about this. And I tell them, text me. Let's schedule a time. And guess what? I get no text and I get no time schedule. I get nothing. And I'm like, man, you're not even, I already told you that I want to do business with you. You're not even following up with me. Like, if you're not following up with me, I know you're not following up with your clients. So follow up. You guys got to follow up, and also be okay with being uncomfortable in that follow up. By the way, guys, be okay with that, right? A lot of people also they tell me like, I don't want to be annoying. I don't want to be pushy. The people that want to do business appreciate the fact that you're professional and that you're following up. They really do. And if they're not interested in like you following up, they're going to leave you unread, and that's okay. You guys have no idea how many times I had people that I followed up with for years, 4 years in a row, that left me unread, that left me unread, that left me unread, that left me unread. And guess what? Finally, they respond, right? It's not their job to answer the question. It's my job as a professional to keep following up because I have an interest in doing business with them. So that's what you really want to do. You guys want to have the next steps and you guys want to follow up no matter what. If you're not following up aggressively, guys, you guys are going to be fumbling deals left and right. You guys, like the way I see like a lead, I see it like a hot potato. It's like I got it in my hands and I got to move it on to the next steps. I got to get them with my lender. I got to get them to a showing appointment. I got to get them to the meeting. I got to get them to a presentation. I got to do something constantly. You got to lead the client. Those are the kind of things you guys really want to do. If you guys do those things, I guarantee you your sales and your conversion are going to go up. So those are the things that I would recommend for you to stop fumbling the ball, right, in the transaction. So next thing, this is the book of the week, and it's interesting enough because I'm talking about following up. I wanted to cover Fanatical Prospecting. This is a great book by Jeb Blunt. This book it has a bunch of nuggets, right? These are the top 10 ideas. Prospecting is the lifeblood of sales. It is, right? Prospecting is the oxygen. Just like oxygen is to our lungs, prospecting is that for our business. Set daily prospecting goals, right? What are you going to do as prospecting? How many hours are you going to do outbound connections to people? It has to be done every single day. Use multiple prospecting methods. Don't rely on one thing. It could be social media. It could be the phone. It could be your lead vendors. It could be anything, but you have to have multiple channels of prospecting. Prioritize your clients, right? You know, put them in different buckets. Your A clients, your B clients, and your C clients. Your A clients are going to be the ones that are, hey, I'm ready to transact today. Your B clients are like, hey, you know what? They're like a couple weeks out. And your C clients are maybe a couple of months out. But prioritize them. That way you have a laser focus. Your intention, by the way, guys, has to be to sell a house today. That has to be your intention every single day. Hey, I'm going to sell a house today. 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 That has to be your intention daily. Also, research your prospects, right? Do some homework about them. Understand who you're talking to, right? That way you have a way to connect with them. People do business with people they like, know, and trust. So if you're likable because you're talking about subjects that are interested, they're going to most likely do business. Overcome objections. Create a compelling value proposition, use technology, stay motivated, and continuously improve. If you guys have not read the Fanatical Prospecting book by Jeb Blunt, highly recommend that you guys pick up that book ASAP. Next thing, I'm just going to talk to you guys about ideas. You guys have to have a powerful morning routine. Create your day every single day. Feed your mind, right, guys? I am literally like, when I have quote unquote downtime, you better believe I'm not just sitting on my couch. I'm listening to a YouTube video. I'm watching something that's feeding my mind, right? In the morning time, I wake up and I'm already listening to a book. I'm listening to a motivational speech. Like I am listening to greatness every single morning because I want to infuse that to my daily life. It's the most important thing. Also, I've talked to you guys about this in the past, 2-10-40 model, 2 appointments a day, 10 appointments a week, 40 appointments a month, 2 appointments, non-negotiable every single day. Continue to post on social media because it's free. Use YouTube, use LinkedIn, use Twitter, use all of the different channels, TikTok, right? This week, we're going to talk about TikTok in a high level. Also, share your goals and create accountability with other people. You can't be the only one that knows your goals. You have to share it with somebody that you respect That way, that person can hold you accountable as well. So those are the main things that I want you guys to focus on. And also, what are you guys going to create this week? If you guys haven't done this, how many listings are you going to sign? How many open escrows are you going to have this week, right? How many closings? And if you have agent attraction as your business, how many agents you're going to attract to your organization? So who I am is the possibility of being present and empowered, right? Those are the two words that I'm picking up for myself this week. Pick two words that resonate with you, right? Because words create world. Words create world. And that's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for being here. This has been the Power Up and Market Update, and I will see you guys on Wednesday for the Content Creator Mastermind. But thank you guys for being here. Nina, Ryan, Richard, Rashad, good to see you guys. Thank you guys all for being here. And the replay will be sent out shortly. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Have an amazing day. God bless, God bless, God bless. Mr. Mario, good to see you, brother.